Hi, I'm Sally Quinn. Welcome to the God Vote. Today our guest is Ambassador Akbar Ahmed, who is Chair of Islamic Studies at American University. I'm so glad to have you with us.
Thank you, Sally.
Let's talk about the Oregon bombing. You have written and talked so much about homegrown terrorists. Is this going to be an ongoing problem for us?
I think it will, because we're looking at the wrong places for what is causing it. We are looking at theology, Islamic religion, the Quran. We should be looking at the community, at the family that produces these homegrown terrorists, at the religious leaders who are failing in America, the imams, to instruct them and guide them. So we really are looking at the wrong places.
Well, what are the families doing wrong?
Obviously, they're doing something terribly wrong, that the young American-born kids are going into violence, wanting to hurt the country they're living in. I want to see much more involvement of the family to stop this at source.
And what about the mosques and the imams? What role do they play?
Sally, that's a huge area, and that has to really be helped and looked at and reformed by Muslim leaders themselves. Many of the imams are from the Middle East or South Asia. They have no idea of American culture. So really the imams have to be trained, they have to be attuned to American culture and society, and then help these young kids.
So what do you do?
The first thing, I think, is to make Muslim leaders aware of their responsibility, and the media, American media, aware of their responsibility. It's a joint thing that's producing these kids. I really fear that this will continue to happen to a point when, God forbid, one of them succeeds.
How do you feel about some Muslim groups who were upset that this young man in Oregon was set up by the FBI?
But this is not a unique incident. This homegrown terrorist phenomena is happening with increasing frequency. This young man is not alone. We've had a series of these young men over the last 2 or 3 years. And the pattern then clearly is that it is going to happen in the future and with increasing frequency. So we cannot simply sit back and start blaming each other. We have to say, these are the causes that's making it happen, and we need to tackle them.
Well, do you think that the argument is that Islamophobia in this country is causing this, holds water?
Partly. No analysis can be that simplistic. It is partly that. It is partly the failure of the community, as I said, the religious leadership, and the young kids. I mean, think of a young man growing up in America today as an American citizen born here. He's very confused. He's being rejected by larger society, accused all the time of being a potential terrorist, the homegrown terrorist and the terrorist next door. And his own community is not very helpful, is not giving him clear directions. The danger is then very often he goes online and is in touch with the imams and religious leaders abroad who want to hurt America. So we really have to tackle this in a radically different way.
What comes first, Islamophobia or terrorism?
Simultaneous. We have to tackle it simultaneously. We have to begin to talk of the Islamophobia, which is, Sally, affecting thousands and thousands of young people in America who are right now very confused and very unsure. And some of them are very angry because they really feel that they're being deprived of their rights as Americans, as American citizens. This case I had in my book, Journey into America, where this 10-year-old boy says he's beaten up at school, and then his mother goes to Pakistan to visit her family and is blown up by the Taliban. Now, a 10-year-old boy is very soon going to be a teenager, and he's going to be very angry, very confused, and therefore we have to make sure that these American kids are not pushed over the brink.
Professor Ahmed, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sally. Always a pleasure.